Let it sink in while I'm drinking, thinking if I should even be sleeping or blinking with all the dangers. Yeah, I'm wimping. This ain't even alcohol, yet I'm still flinching. Overthinking, guess I lost the rapping mood. Was told to trust my gut, now all I rap about is food. In the middle of the night, in your fridge intrude. Gonna get your hand screwed tight, now I'll get screwed. See, I tried to put the screwdriver, never delivered me my screws, which I think was kinda rude. And the dude was just sat there and staring at me all crude. Maybe he was misconstrued. Then he started poking people, but I think it might have been a little provoked by me, because eventually my mechanic license was revoked from me. Now I'm broken, see, broken, see. All this out of order, let that sink in. Colors, they don't matter, let that sink in. Keep telling you the boat we're in is sinking. Save the poisoned air and let that sink in. Rolling still, here was your hands, let that sink in. Russians got to Microsoft, let that sink in. So much water in the country, they be sinking, while others, they got none, so let that sink in. Back on track, now this song ain't about me. Most of my songs are narcissistic or just salty. But what really ticks me off though is when the whole world ignores it and just follows blindly. The influencers who say it's fine, those who censor when they cross the line. World leaders see no money in wine. World leaders see the money in wine. Go home and roll around in money and wine. I may only whine too. Difference is I got no power to change it. Karma ain't real unless the people retain it. I mean the justice and I'll lay it. All you need is one bad joke for your career to end. Everyone offended, all they do is pretend. People actually affected don't be caring at all. Twitter banging on the wall with pitchforks at the mall, but all they wanna do is clout chase, thinking they'll be getting grace by trying to erase everybody's breathing space. Amazing how they got no consequences to face, cherry picking all the shit that you say on displays. Roll this out of order, let that sink in. Colors, they don't matter, let that sink in. Keep telling you the boat we're in is sinking. Save the poisoned air and let that sink in. Rolling still, here was your hands, let that sink in. Russians got to Microsoft, let that sink in. So much water in the country, they be sinking, while others, they got none, so let that sink in. People want the truth so much, they get a false one. That line can be seen three ways, at least choose one. Something to believe in, something to rely on. Reliable man that you never got a side on. Track on a lead on, maybe he be leading you on. And when you trip over like your feet gone and try to sit down and your seat's gone, say it's all part of the plan, tell me where's the sheet gone. Feels like we happy few, everybody's acting like it's all fine, despite all the things on the line. For so long you gotta hide, told him I ain't fine. Got up to intertwine, got a toll, had to pay a fine. One small slap on the behind, hit in the head so many times it goes off my mind, and now I go out of my mind. Gotta say the truth before we run out of time. Kindness over honesty, greatest saying of all time. Let's just roll a dime with people's lives completely blind, and let fate decide, let them all die just to be kind. Terrified of the hive mind, always on trial, cause anything you say online can and will be used against you in hindsight. It's just more pine to the fire, cause everybody wants to keep the pride, but nobody wants to have the conscious pride. But I see why, cause some take this shit too high. Say all you believe is a lie. Vaccines full of cyanide and human hide. Though they might have got one thing right, those who run this world are camouflaging places, stick the tongue out high. So time to open your eyes. Roll this out of order, let that sink in. Colors, they don't matter, let that sink in. Keep telling you the boat we're in is sinking. Sniff the poisoned air and let that sink in. Rolling still, here was your hands, let that sink in. Russians got to Microsoft, let that sink in. So much water in the country, they be sinking, while others, they got none, so let that sink in.